Hi, I'm Kevin Compare, PGA Master Professional in Instruction, and currently teaching at the John Webster Golf Academy at the Breakers in Palm Beach, Florida. For the last 26 years, I've had the opportunity to travel to 45 states and 7 countries performing my trick shot exhibition. How I got started in trick shots, I was trying to get my students to understand exactly the principles I wanted them to use in the golf swing. And so let me go over a few of those shots and a few of these principles in the next few minutes. The first thing that I saw when I learned to play golf in the early 70s, the big teaching back then was when you got to the top of your swing, you were to drive your knees forward, and as you drove your knees forward, you got to arch your back, and you created what they called the reverse C. And of course, you got the ball to go up in the air pretty high, but all those guys are walking around with bad backs now. So I believe that you're going to use your legs in the golf swing for one thing and one thing only. They're stabilizers. Yes, you're going to have the weight going back and forth to the legs, but they're going to stabilize you. So the stronger your legs are, the faster you can rotate your body and swing the golf club. So the trick shot that I was able to develop to get my students to understand how to hit the golf ball without having to drive their legs, but simply get them on their knees. Now we've eliminated the legs in the golf swing. What they're going to do is they're going to wind up their upper body around a stable lower body, and they should be able to hit it pretty darn good. So if we take the legs out, we can still hit the ball the distance we want it to go. It's going to help hit the ball middle of the club face, solid contact, ball will go further. The second trick shot that I want to bring across is throughout 29 years of teaching golf, I've seen a lot of my students set up, we'll get them in a good posture, we'll set their, big golf term, spine angle, the angle of their spine, and they will a lot of them will lose that spine angle. They're trying to get the golf club to maybe go farther than their flexibility will allow. When this happens, if they move 7.5 inches up on the way backwards, they're going to have to move exactly 7.5 inches on the way backwards. Excuse me, on the way forwards. Obviously, that's going to be much, much more difficult to do. If we can maintain that spine angle on the backswing, so that when we start forward, we still are at the same angle, golf's going to get a lot easier. Now, the question might be, why are they trying to go back so far? Well, most of the students think the farther I take this golf club back, farther I'm going to hit the golf ball. And nothing could be farther from the truth. We don't want a long backswing. We want a wide backswing. The width of the backswing will help create much more speed than the length. So what I do is I demonstrate 2 backswings, and I would ask the student, which is a bigger backswing? Which is a wider backswing? Swing A or swing B? The majority of them would say A, but if we took a piece of string and measured from here to the ball, we took a piece of string and measured from there to the ball, we'd see that's much wider. Next question we'd always have to ask the students is, when does the club travel the fastest? When does the club head travel the fastest? Most of them say, well, down at the ball. That's where they want it to travel the fastest. The club head travels the fastest when the lead arm, the left arm for the right-handed golfer, the right arm for the left-handed golfer, when the lead arm and the shaft create a straight line. You can see there we have 90 degrees. When we come to the ball, we have a straight line. So from here to here, we're going to be able to create some speed. What most golfers do is they get to here, then they get to here. Now this is a very small arc, except they don't swing it down that way. What do? They throw the club away from them. So now when the shaft gets in this position, we have a straight line between the arm and the shaft. All our speed's here. We got a problem. Our ball's teed up here. We got it teed up in the wrong place. The longer they take it back, they're doing everything correctly to hit the ball shorter. When they do that, now they try to use their body, and they're really in trouble. So what we need to do is we need to maintain your spine angle, and you must stay in the posture you started. Golf will get much, much easier. So what would we do there? Maybe we get a little short club, maybe 21 inches long. In the show, we start at 21, we go to 78. But to hit the short club, I obviously have to bend over more. As I bend over more, I have to make a much shorter swing to stay in that spine angle. Let's give it a try. There we go. Now we can't hit it very far because our lever's not very long. And the last principle we're going to talk about is the students so often over the years are trying to keep that front arm straight. They think it has to be straight, so they lock it up. They lock it up, creates tension in the arm, tension up through the shoulders, into the back, and then they lose their flexibility. They can't swing the club as much. They can't turn their body as much. And what's going to happen is they're going to lose all their speed. So they are so concerned. You got to keep it straight here. You have to keep it straight there. No, we need them to relax so we can create some freedom. So what would we do there? You know, there was a guy that won 2 U.S. Opens in a row, and at the top of his backswing, his arm kind of looked a little like this. Curtis Strange. What's going to happen, and we'll use this club to demonstrate this, is I have a grip, a club head, and a garden hose. All I'm simply going to do is swing the club backwards, and the club head hits me in the back. Now it's time to rotate my body forward. As I rotate my body forwards, centrifugal force is going to straighten that out. Just like if I have a little softness in the arm, and it's a little bit bent, that's okay. If I rotate my body correctly, we'll have a straight lead arm at impact. Everybody's here, and they're trying to keep it straighter, and they're losing their mobility, their flexibility, their freedom of their golf swing. So what we're going to do is swing the club backwards and take the rotation of the body, straighten the arm, straighten the hose, and we'll hit it down the middle, straight every time. Hi, I'm Kevin Compare, PGA Master Professional in instruction, teaching at the John Webster Golf Academy at the Breakers Hotel in Palm Beach, Florida. I want to talk a little bit about your traditional greenside bunker shots. So many of the students have so much trouble with this shot, and it's really not that hard a shot. You know, this has been my experience. What's traditionally taught, if I drew a line that the flag was in that direction, typically what's taught, and what I see the students trying to do, is they open their club face way up, and then the club face points over there, so then they turn their body way over here, their feet are facing this way, and then they try to swing along their body line. Now remember, the pole's straight in front of me, and they swing this way, and the ball always goes over there, and we're trying to get the golf ball to go over there. So we're going to see if we can make this shot a little bit simpler. We're in the 21st century. We have plenty of bounce, and we have plenty of loft on the golf club. So what I'd like to propose we do is we keep the club face square. We keep our body square. And all we're simply going to do is swing. And what I like to get my students to do is draw a circle about the size of your favorite pancake. And all you're simply going to do is swing the club back and forward in the direction you want the ball to go and throw the sand out of the circle. Phase 2, we'll put a tee down. We'll draw a circle around the tee. Our goal is not to hit the tee. Our goal is to throw the sand out of the circle. If the sand comes out of the circle, the golf ball or the tee will always leave. Final, you draw a circle, put a ball in the way, throw the sand out of the circle, the ball is always going to pop out. That's how you get out of greenside bunkers.